everyone, my name is Alexia Santel, and I will be speaking about the racial identity theory. Racial identity theory helps describe how individuals form a sense of self through a framework or process by examining power structures of racial inequalities and finding ways for change. While forming a sense of self, a person goes through 5 different stages, which is conformity. Well, the first stage is conformity. Conformity is when a member is not really aware of their own race or racial identity. The last stage of the 5 different stages will be integrative awareness. Integrative awareness is when a person comes to conclusion that there is more to them than their race and their gender, as well as seeing that there is other racial groups and acknowledging them, and as well as positively identifying their gender, their talents, their abilities, and their unique experiences. What formed my racial identity development was that I am a Puerto Rican living by the U.S.-Mexico border, which means that the area that I live in is predominantly Mexican, but also Hispanic. So, while framing my own racial identity, I always just thought that since we're all Hispanic, we should all get along, we should all respect one another, and understand that we do all come from different areas, but that was not the case. When I first became aware of my racial self, I was about 12 years old, and that is when I experienced institutionalized racism. When I experienced institutionalized racism is when my mother and I were leaving my high school. It was the first or second day. I had just got my classes, and we were heading to the car, and a lady from the school, she came out, yelling at us, saying the N-word, and saying that we're gypsies, and that I should not be going to this school because we're Puerto Rican, and I should be going back to Puerto Rico, and just a whole bunch of things that were not nice that was said. And during that time, I was experiencing Erickson's psychosocial stage of identity versus confusion, or role confusion, because I was trying to, find my identity, try to fit in with the others, because I always just saw us all as Hispanic, no matter if we came from Mexico, if we came from Puerto Rico, if we came from Cuba, if we came from Dominican Republic. It just all felt that we were the same. So I was a bit confused that we are not all the same. We do not celebrate, the same things. That a Puerto Rican is a Puerto Rican, and I had to dive deep into my own Puerto Rican culture and understand where we come from, and that Puerto Ricans aren't just Puerto Rican, they are Taino Indian, Spaniard, and African American. And while experiencing this racism, I wish that I did something better, which would allow the school to know what the lady said and how it was said, and if that lady could not be working there, but my mom and I kind of brushed it off our shoulders and continued on with our day. One action that I would like to challenge power structures, while I was reading the article by Peña Machuga, which is about Latinos experiencing ongoing disparity in educational achievement, I would want us to all understand that although we have different backgrounds, that we can continue to prove that we are smart, we are capable of going to school, and that we can have a future of our own. And despite where we come from, we should be able to, just be able to be what we want to be. As for me, like I really want to be a social worker, and I believe that if I continue to do the work, despite the barriers and the issues that are thrown my way, and the inequalities that are thrown my way, that I can prove to be a future social worker and be the voice of the voiceless, and advocate for more resources for us Hispanics to be the future that we want to be. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.